In most arrests, the suspect doesn't know their rights, with some corrupt cops who decide to abuse this. But what happens when cops encounter 200 IQ lawyers who know the law better than they do?
If I ask to search the vehicle to verify what you're saying is true, you don't mind?
I do mind.
And this is just one of 5 examples when lawyers encounter and destroy corrupt cops, starting with possibly the most humiliating of them all.
Hey, brother.
Hi, how are you?
How long ago did you get in a crash?
Like a year?
Okay. The reason I pulled you, you can't have white light emitting back.
What do you mean?
Your tag lights, they're supposed to illuminate your tag. Those 2 white lights, all they're doing is shooting straight back. You can't have any white light limiting them back.
So far, this cop's reason for the stop is valid. In the state of Florida, the tag lights are used only for the purpose of illuminating the tag, and it's considered a traffic violation if they were instead shooting white light. The officer hasn't necessarily done anything wrong yet, but that would change in a matter of seconds.
Are you concealed weapons holder? Any weapons in the vehicle I need to be aware of? Nope, nothing illegal in the car. Alright, so after I'm done, if I ask to search the vehicle to verify what you're saying is true, you don't mind?
I do mind, but it might because I'm a lawyer.
Okay. So you know what consented, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So you have nothing in the vehicle?
I have absolutely nothing in the vehicle.
Okay. And you don't mind confirming that by allowing us to look and make sure there's nothing in the vehicle? As you can imagine, we hear no all the time as they have nothing and we find stuff.
I'd rather not search vehicles.
Okay, cool. Just hang tight, brother, okay?
Even though the officer attempted to trick his way to search the car, this lawyer knows exactly what's going on and refuses the search request. Police officers need to have a probable cause in order to search the car, which the cop didn't have, so he attempted to manipulate the lawyer and get his consent. Oftentimes, when being pulled over by a police officer, people believe that they need to answer every question and agree to every condition. But even after you've been detained, you have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions. But if you handle the situation as gracefully as this lawyer did, you won't ever have to deal with a series of trick questions.
Alright, Nicholas. So 1, you gotta get that fixed, those white lights in the back. Okay? If you keep getting pulled like that, you're gonna get tickets non-stop.
I'll get it.
You understand that? That border? Take that border off. Understand that?
When we get home. Okay.
Fix that address. Just giving you a warning board. Appreciate it, brother.
The officer realizes he's not getting his way with this lawyer, so he sends him on his way, and things end peacefully. In this next case, however, the situation becomes much more aggressive as this lawyer tries to protect his rights.
I don't have to by law. I have the Fifth Amendment right.
This district attorney was calmly sitting in his truck, waiting to inspect someone's roof, when he was approached by the police.
How's it going, man? You live over here, or what's we doing over here? I've had a couple people call in on you.
Something illegal?
Well, no, they're just calling on you saying that I don't recognize a truck in the area. So, my duty to check and see if you live over here or what's going on.
Live over here. I'm here for a purpose.
Okay. All right. You working? You see you got a ladder in the back. You working somewhere?
Yes, sir.
The situation starts out civil, but it quickly escalates as the officer asks the lawyer for his identification.
You got a driver's license on you, just so I can identify you?
Have I done something illegal?
Well, I like to identify you, just know who I'm dealing with. Make sure.
What's been right? Then show it.
Well, if I make a contact with you for a reasonable suspicion call like I am right now.
Being suspicious is a misdemeanor.
So, I don't know if you belong over here. You said you don't, so I don't know if someone over here's got a VPO or something against you, and if you got your ID
Did
or
I
something.
say I didn't belong over here?
You said you had purpose.
I don't live over here.
Okay.
Okay. I do belong
Okay.
here.
All right.
So that's as far as I'm willing to take it.
So you're not willing to give me your ID?
I don't have any reason to.
Okay.
The lawyer does not have to show his ID unless he is stopped on suspicion of a crime or traffic violation. Sitting in his parked truck does not fall into either category.
So if you're not from here, I'm not sure if you are or not, because I don't know who you are. Okay.
My plate's right back there. I'm sure you can run it.
Yeah. Okay. So is that how you want me to identify you? Through your plate?
If that's what you have.
Are
to
you
do.
the owner of the vehicle?
Do you suspect that I'm not?
I have no reason to believe you are.
Well, I'm sitting in a truck in front of the house, waiting.
For what?
I can keep right here.
Okay.
That's none of your business.
It is my business.
No, it's not. Why is it your business?
Because I want to make sure you're not going to break into these houses or anything like that.
Do I look like a
I don't know. You have a ladder.
That's your determination.
You have a ladder.
Now the cop is starting to get more aggressive. You can tell that he's upset that the man won't listen to him. Sometimes cops just expect everyone to do what they say without question, but this lawyer is not about to let that happen.
You already ran my plates.
They
gave you the information that you needed. You can ask them to go ahead and run me through NCIC or...
Do you have a date of birth then? Because I have to run it with a name and date of birth.
I'm not going to answer that question.
So you're telling me how I should do my job, yet you're not allowing me to do my job.
I'm standing up for my rights.
And I understand that, like I
I
said.
haven't done
but
anything wrong.
I'm doing my job,
Okay, I
conducting an
haven't committed-
investigation.
I haven't committed a crime. I'm sitting here in front of a house, which is perfectly legal.
Well, you're not completely on the roadway there, sir.
Okay, has anybody asked me to move?
Do they have to ask you to move? It's private property?
Okay, but there's also a public easement right here.
Oh, this is a public, because this is the city of Blanchard Road, so it's a public easement?
No, the side of the road is.
Oh, because this is the city of Blanchard Road, so therefore make a city easement of a city road, right?
What are you trying to accomplish?
What I'm trying to, all I want to do,
I'm
sir,
not
is
gonna give
identify you.
my ID.
The cop is getting more and more ridiculous. He's obviously just trying to find any excuse to charge the man with something just because he is annoyed with him. And if that isn't scary enough, it starts to get worse.
I haven't done anything illegal.
Okay.
You understand that by not identifying yourself appropriately as requested by the officer is illegal.
It's obstruction.
That's a secondary charge. Okay, I have to be, for you to ID me in the state of Oklahoma, okay, I have to be suspected of committing a crime, about to commit a crime.
Well, you are committing you're trespassing.
Somebody has called in that you're suspicious. Shut up. Somebody has called in.
You don't tell me to shut up.
I'll tell you what I want to tell you.
Okay, you're not going to
Here's the
tell
deal.
me to shut up. I'm
Somebody called us
47,
in.
48.
I don't care how old you are.
You're not going to sit there and tell me to shut up.
It's insane that the officers are being so unprofessional. They just can't accept that the lawyer is beating them at their own game. He refuses to back down no matter what they tell him, until finally one of the cops calls another attorney for help.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you. I got a random question for you, though. I'm dealing with something right now.
Yeah.
So I got called out to an address for a suspicious vehicle, and gentleman's parked in a black pickup. He's from Oklahoma City, but he won't give me his name and tells me he doesn't have to give me his driver's license because he's not done anything wrong.
Driving a vehicle?
Well, he's parked right now.
Well,
But-
technically, there's no obligation for him to identify himself. I mean, unless you've got reasonable suspicion that he's committing a crime. There's no compelled ID statute in Oklahoma. I have to think about. I mean, do you have anything else to suggest that he might be involved in something illicit?
He asked if he was free to leave, and I said, not at this time. I have my emergency equipment activated, and I'm trying to investigate.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're going to drive away, absolutely. But I think enough you can be. You can have, or he's driving and he's operating a motor vehicle, but you don't have a traffic violation. That's fine.
Well, I follow him out of town until I get one.
Even after getting confirmation that he was wrong and there's no law requiring the lawyer to identify himself in this situation, the cop is so petty that he's willing to follow him out of town until he commits a traffic violation. Unfortunately, things continue to escalate even more when the chief of police arrives at the scene.
That's important. He hasn't violated really a crime yet, so not
Are you investigating a crime or possible crime?
possibly.
Okay,
Suspicious
he's
vehicle.
obstructing an officer from doing his duty, right?
Okay.
The officers have a legal right to make contact with you based on call.
And I don't
Now,
have
you're
to answer
obstructing
questions.
that. I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to tell you what's going on. Okay? I don't care if you record me. Okay?
This whole interaction-
We've all got cameras
I don't
on. This isn't
care.
a problem.
Okay? You're obstructing an officer from doing his duty. So now you're under arrest. Unless you want to cooperate. Okay? That's the way it goes. Have a nice day.
Look, all I'm trying to do, man, if you're PI, no big deal. We'll get out of here. We gotta confirm who you are, make sure.
Okay, but I mean, why do I have to answer questions? I'm here for a legal
They're
reason.
here doing an investigation and you're obstructing them.
I'm not. I'm just not answering questions.
Can I get your date of birth?
Answer the question.
You're failing to
I don't
identify
have
yourself.
to by law.
You
I
are
have the
failing-
Fifth Amendment right.
You are failing to
Not
identify
answer
yourself.
Questions.
Put him in handcuffs.
What law have I done?
Turn around and try to back for a second. You need place investigative detention, okay?
You want to go talk to that neighbor right there? He has the garage door to let me into the house so I can get a photograph of the inside of that garage door.
That's all you had to say from the beginning, man.
I don't have to tell you that. Don't you guys understand what my rights are?
Nobody said you have to tell us that. What we said is that you have to identify yourself.
not.
You
I
do
can't
have to
open a
identify
crime.
yourself. Trespassing.
Okay.
That's number one.
Okay, sir.
To be transparent,
Peeping
I have to
Tom
ask
for
the-
all we know. Okay, for all we know.
To determine.
That's right, and in doing that, we have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
No. You
We
can
do.
ask for my identification. I am not legally required to give it to you.
Except that you are.
No, I'm not.
Shortly after this, the lawyer was released and no charges were brought against him. It is only because of his clear knowledge of his rights that he was able to get out of this position without being arrested. But in this next case, the lawyer even has to go up against other attorneys to make sure that his client is protected. After being charged with a DUI, this individual decided to fight against it in court. As his defense attorney prepared to handle this case in court, the prosecution questioned an officer involved in the case.
Would you estimate how many DUI stops or investigations you've been a part of since being with Radcliffe, at least?
Approximately 25.
Okay, just over the past year or so that
Yes.
you've been. All right. Now, do you have specialized training in DUI investigations?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
just what they have at the DOC.
At the academy, though.
Yes, just the
All right.
2 weeks DUI training.
Combining the simple questions with the officer's ability to answer them so easily, the whole situation starts to seem incredibly suspicious. Witnesses aren't typically this fluent and relaxed, which makes the defense approach this cross-examination in a very direct manner.
Officer Sutherland, did you, prior to your testimony, which began at approximately 3:10 p.m., have you had any conversation with the prosecutor?
Excuse me. I can't see the witness.
The prosecution quickly asks defense attorney Larry Foreman to move the podium right as he asks if the officer had talked to the prosecution beforehand. Though this could be a genuine request, it could also be an attempt at throwing Foreman off by interrupting his hard-hitting question.
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Have you had any conversation with the prosecutor?
Yes, I have had conversation, and he made it very clear that we are not to discuss anything that was happening in here.
He doesn't let their request deter him, though, as he repeats the question incredibly slowly to show just how serious he is about this matter. The fact that the officer felt the need to clarify that, though she had spoken with the prosecution earlier, they hadn't discussed the trial is a major mistake on her part, as all it's going to do now is make Foreman even more suspicious, which is exactly what it does.
While you're outside, how many additional police cruisers arrived on scene?
I don't recall any other cruisers that were on this scene. I've looked at our dispatch calls for service logs. I didn't see anybody else call out there, and we have a very strict policy. If your boots hit the ground, radio better know where you're at. And I don't recall anybody else calling out there. I don't remember seeing any other vehicles in the area.
So it is your testimony to these, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today, that there were only 2 police cruisers at 1204 West Lincoln Trail Boulevard at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, that's what that's.
Thank you.
Do not recall any other vehicles out there.
While being questioned by the prosecution, this officer was able to remember a majority of the details that they asked them to provide. But suddenly, when the defense approaches and starts to ask for specifics, the officer cannot recall them. She continuously uses the word recall to ensure that if it is revealed that she isn't telling the truth about something, she can simply state that she didn't recall that. It's a flimsy mechanism, but she might believe that this ensures her safety in case the prosecution's case completely falls apart, which is exactly what Foreman is trying to do here.
I would like to discuss very briefly, you have followed Lieutenant McLeod's SUV as he was leaving, correct? No. You were not at the scene where the field sobriety tests were conducted by Mr. Symington.
Shut up after. It was, I don't know the exact time, but I stayed behind while he left. And I had heard his location on the radio, so shortly after he had began his traffic stop, I had headed in his direction.
Did you talk to anyone on scene?
Let's see. I think there were some passengers, but I don't remember what our conversation was.
You don't recall ever saying to one individual, this is bullshit, pardon my language, he should fight this, meaning he, Mr. Symington?
No, at no point in time did I say that.
That's all the questions I have, Judge.
As the cross-examination comes to a close, Foreman makes sure not to give the court too much information at this time. He doesn't try to dispute her claim that she never made those remarks, as he doesn't need to at this point in time. All he does is present that specific statement to the jury so that it remains in their heads while he continues to build up to his final bit of evidence. While the conclusion to this case is not documented, Foreman has publicly stated that they emerged victorious here. While the previous cases dealt with somewhat reasonable interactions between lawyers and police officers, the case of Beatrice Bijou involved cops dealing with a completely insane attorney.
I can try and kill you. That's not going to go well.
Yes, it will go up.
Bijous was arrested on February 22, 2022, after running over 4 individuals with her car. But when the police started interrogating her, she surprised them with her overwhelming confession.
What are my charges?
Probably 4 counts of aggravated battery and another count of aggravated assault.
Okay. I attempted to murder that woman.
Well, conferred with the state attorney, and they don't want to charge attempted murder right now. But if you're adamant, you can always explain that to your defense attorney, but I'm sure they're going to.
No, I want the attempted murder charge.
You want the attempted murder charge?
Yeah, because I tried to kill her.
What? We are documenting.
And I would like to walk out of here right now.
Well, the two don't go hand in hand. Okay?
What?
You can't try to kill people and then just walk free. So, we fed you lunch.
I can try and kill you.
That's not going to go well.
Yes, I'm going to kill as many people as I can.
You can already tell from the first interaction that there's something else going on with Beatrice. Threatening to kill an officer and as many people as she could is not something a regular suspect would say, let alone an attorney. The detective manages to calm her down by offering to charge her with an attempted murder, then proceeds to try and figure out what is going on.
We've had a big day today. One of the things that worried me is someone said that you heard voices. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I've been hearing voices telling me to kill myself and to kill other people. I have a gun at my parents' house right now.
Okay.
And my brother took it away.
Okay.
He put it in his safe.
Okay.
I've been trying to kill myself for quite some time. I moved to Texas.
Uh-huh.
And I tried to kill myself in Texas and it didn't work. I tried to shoot myself and the gun didn't go off.
Okay.
And then I tried to do it again
How long ago was that?
last year, around April 2021.
The fact that Bijous feels the need to turn herself in and express just how unstable she is right now to law enforcement shows that, thankfully, she's not too far gone. As she continues to tell her story, it becomes even more clear just how badly Bijous needs help.
I got diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia.
Okay. When was that diagnosis?
2019.
Okay.
And it ruined my life.
Okay.
I've been in and out of mental institutions.
Uh-huh.
I think this is last year was the 4th one and they locked me up for an extended period of time. Where are they going to take me after this?
I'm not sure what's going to happen next. I'm really not sure. Okay?
I want to take my own life right now.
Oh, that's not good. And I would like to talk to you, but like I said, when you...
Can I speak to a doctor?
We're probably going to get you a doctor to talk to, at least to start with.
The fact that Bijous is taking the initiative to get treated for these illnesses is interesting at this point, as she continues to show how she's completely willing to cooperate with law enforcement. After spending a long stretch of time trying to make Bijous feel comfortable so that they can continue to hear what she has to say, the investigator starts to get a better understanding of her state of mind.
The voices told me to do something to my little niece this morning.
Did you?
Mm-mm.
Good.
I didn't touch her.
Good. Well, you have control over it. Got to keep control over it. I don't know what all the answers are. This is, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I don't know what all the answers are, but those are the people that can help you, at least get to some semblance of normalcy.
Yeah, I thought about killing my little niece.
Yeah? How are you going to do that?
I'm going to talk about it.
Okay. We don't have to talk about that.
Most likely by drowning.
Her sudden change from not wanting to talk about her thoughts of killing her niece and then immediately providing him with an explanation on how she would have gone through with it could be a cause for concern, as if she cannot control her own mind here. After the interrogation slowly dies down and the investigator feels content with the amount of information he's received, he leaves and Bijous is then transported to the local prison. Beatrice was later charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and fleeing police. She pleaded not guilty to these charges and was later found not not guilty by way of insanity. She was committed to a mental health institution for treatment. While all previous cases ended peacefully, the final case of Claire Hall takes a violent twist and shows what happens when a lawyer thinks she's a lot smarter than she actually is.
Get your hands off me right now! Oh my God! Stop!
Attorney Hall arrived on the scene of an accident she wasn't even involved in and immediately started interfering with the cops' investigation.
Yeah, the key's stuck.
Okay.
It's broken.
Are you gonna? Well, so you think he's gonna be taken to the scene, or will he just?
Are you?
I'm not. No. I'm on the phone with his father.
Yeah, it's something like that. But
How many cars are involved right now?
Not mine. That's mine.
All right, let's. We need to get that off the road. All right, can we get that into the parking lot?
Yeah.
We'll take care of him, man.
I'm just trying to tell his father. So.
Well, we're in the middle of the highway, right? So.
All right, can you move your car, please? Thank you. My man, is your car drivable?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna get it off to the side of the road. All right.
All I'm saying is I can leave. I just want to tell his father.
You don't have to leave. Just move your car.
Though she is trying to communicate with the teenager's father about the incident, she is interrupting the officers while they are trying to make sure that they handle this situation correctly. Quickly, the officers become frustrated with her constant interjections and decide that they cannot continue to be patient with her.
Is that your mom?
No.
No.
You want to talk to his father here? I should talk to his father.
I'm working. Can you please go sit in your car? You have nothing to do with
His
this.
father.
I
He's
understand.
A minor. I'm an attorney because he's a minor. You need to tell me. Is he going to be here?
I don't need to
or
tell
is-
you anything. I'm going to arrest you in a second if you don't get in your car.
Oh,
Do you
you're
understand
kidding.
me? I'm not kidding
You
you.
are kidding.
You are impeding an investigation right now, and you're really bothering me.
Which I
Go
tell
sit in
his
your
father.
car.
What
I will
did I
talk to
tell
him
his
in a minute.
father?
Get in your car now.
Tell, take it. No, you do not touch me. Oh my God, stop.
What are you doing?
Oh my God, stop it. Are you kidding me?
Knock it off.
You will be.
Knock it off.
No, just get your hands off me
Knock
right
it
now.
off.
Get your hands off.
All right.
No.
Yes.
Tell him to get his hands
Yes,
off
I
me.
do.
Tell him to get his hands off me right now. Oh my God. Are you
Stop.
kidding me?
Stop.
No, I'm not stopping.
While many individuals may consider this officer's actions unnecessarily hasty, he gave Hall multiple opportunities to remove herself from the situation and even told her that he was going to arrest her if she didn't do so. But unfortunately, she doesn't, and ends up having to face the consequences of her actions.
You recorded this.
It's recording.
Record it.
I'm wearing a body cam.
Record it. I understand, but why am I under arrest?
Because you weren't listening to anything we were saying.
Oh my God! Get out! This is father. Oh my God! Okay, I will come down. Please, can you please?
Take a breather.
No, you take a breather. I'm fine.
I'm not beating you at all.
I just want to get hurt. It doesn't hurt.
How about you stop resisting and you let us put you in handcuffs?
My shoulder is dislocated and you're making it worse.
Well, rescue
Can I
can look at you.
please? Yeah. Oh my God.
Sit up.
Can you please call Bob Barber?
Sit up.
Call Bob Barber right now. I cannot believe you. Take this fucking off me right
Okay,
now.
50. I have one in custody,
Oh my
disorderly
God.
and resisting.
Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Stop.
No.
Stop talking.
No. No. This is so ridiculous. I cannot even believe this.
And
Oh my
let's go
God.
put her in my car.
I just wanted to know. I could tell his father if he's going to the hospital. I'm not even involved in this. I can't believe this.
That was our point the whole time.
I cannot believe this.
After calming down, Hall was escorted to the prisoner area of Patrol Unit 453 where she was secured. Hall was later charged with disorderly conduct, obstructing an officer, and resisting arrest. She has since filed a lawsuit against the police department alleging several violations, including assault, battery, civil rights violation, and police brutality. If you enjoy true crime videos like this, make sure you're subscribed to see more.